Because what we want to do is we want to go through the worksheet. So I want to do the worksheet first. Just kind of go through the worksheet since I'd asked you guys to do that last time. All right, so it'll be, I don't know, it's probably somewhere around page 10 in your notes. 8? Okay. I might have added stuff. Okay, so how many of you did the worksheet before class?
I already told you my excuse.
I think I did it during class.
During class?
Oh, I did it after our last class.
Okay. Okay, all right. So on this one right here, let's see if I got my marker going here. Whoops. Stop. It's been so long that I got to remember how to do this. Okay, on this one right here, what should be the time signature for this? Besides Jose. 6/8. All right, correct. So this should be a 6/8. Let me see if I can find I need to put my wrist on this. Okay, number 2, besides Jose. 3/4, correct. This is 3/4. Number 3. 6/4. No. I think what makes it really kind of not necessarily 6/4 would be this measure here.
And the next measure too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one right there. So it's yes. Yeah. So you want to have your beat. Your beat needs to break with the notes. Okay. So if I'm doing 3/2, then you would see your beats. If I can do this, this would be 1. Oh, this would be 1. This would be 2, and that would be 3.
How would you count the
First measure, I would count it as 1. Let's see, I'd do 1, 1, and 2, and 3. Oh no, let me think. 3/2. 1. Yeah, Jose, help me on this one.
So it's the first beat is 1.5. So it's a full beat plus a half. So 1, 2, and then the 3/4 notes and 3 and.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3 and. Okay? So this is 3/2. Okay, next one. What would this one be? Same?
It's
6/4.
It's not?
4.
6/4.
Look at the second measure. Look at the second.
Yeah, right here is what gives it away. That's what gives it away. So that's a 6/4. Okay, number 5. What is number 5?
9/8.
You got it. 9/8. Number 6.
4/2.
Yep. That is a 4/2. How about number 7? What's number 7? This one's kind of an interesting one. Number 7. Anyone care to take a guess?
I wrote down 9/16.
Ooh, very good. 9/16. That is correct. 9/16. So the 16th notes get the beat, and there's 9 beats per measure. Okay, how about this next one? What would this be? I didn't hear that. What was the answer?
12,
I put 12.
Yeah, 12-4. 12-4. Okay, number 9. What is number 9? Should be easy for you. Number 9, easy. Easy peasy. Who's got number 9?
Together, 1, 2, 3.
It's 6, 8.
Jordan says 6A.
Jordan. Well, what do you say?
Nothing, because I didn't do it.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Number 10. Oh, number 10's an easy one, too. What's number 10?
What is wrong?
Becca's gonna use
Well, I-
Becca wants to say it. I can tell.
3,
It's,
4.
That's right.
you are right.
I'm scared to answer.
No, don't be scared.
If it's wrong, you won't.
No. Okay, number 11. What is number 11?
Go ahead, I have no idea.
9, 8.
Is that what you were going to say, Becca?
I don't want to say it.
Oh, come on. It is 9-8.
I
Very
did
good.
write it.
Okay, number 12. What's number 12? Anyone take a guess? Becca, take a guess. What do you think number 12 is?
I didn't write anything down for this. I'm going to be honest. I really didn't.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at me.
Anyone?
Written.
Well, oh boy. How many,
4-2.
4-2.
I'm not cheating, Jordan.
That is correct, 4-2. Okay, number 12, or 13. Number 13, what's number 13? Jordan, what's number 13?
I wrote down 12, 16.
Anyone disagree with him on that?
I put 12-8, but that's.
It is 12-16. The good news is you probably will never see 12-16 in church music. You will see it elsewhere, but probably not in church music. Okay, and the last one, what's number 14?
Second to last measure will give it to you.
1, 2, 3. And what are those notes?
3-16.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was a signature.
Okay.
Pretty much just throwing it in.
Play version from this entry
All right, let's go to this other page. I gave you some clues because this, as I was looking at this, I was like, boy, this is going to be awful hard for people. And I borrowed it from a college site, and because I couldn't, my own software wouldn't do this. So I've given you some clues. You can see those already. So first off, what should be the time signature for this?
3, 4.
You are right. That is correct. So this is 3/4. So now let's figure out where does the next bar line go? So let's see. Can I? Oh, I can. Check this out. Okay. So tell me where the bar line. Maybe I better go back.
There you go.
Where does the bar line go?
Back up. Wait. There.
There? Okay, excellent. Excellent. How many, okay, so where's the next bar line?
There.
There?
No. One more. Yep, there.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. All right, how many notes should I move over before putting the next bar line
3.
in? Okay, so is that right here?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. And how many notes should I move over for the next bar line?
2.
2? Right there?
Oh, 3. Sorry. I was not.
3. Everyone agree? It should be right here? Do you agree? And how many here? Here? Should be there? No, one more. Okay, good. That's correct. Okay, good. Let's do this next one. What time signature should this one be? I gave you the first 2 measures. What time signature should this be?
Number 2. You talking about number 2?
Yeah, number 2. That's correct, 4, 4. Okay, so you've already got those. Where should, okay, I'm going to try it this way. Where should, tell me when to stop for where the next bar line should be.
Stop.
Right there.
Stop, okay, good. How about the next bar line? Tell me when to stop.
Then I stop.
It was dotted, yeah.
Yeah, it was a dotted. So you want me to stop here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And where do you want me to stop on this one? Moving,
Right there.
okay, good. And where to stop on this next one?
Right there.
Right there. And we'll put a line there. Okay, good. That's good. All right, now let's take this next one. This bass clef.
That's the
It's
same.
continuing.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is the same. It's a continuation. Okay, so where do I want to stop here?
Stop.
Okay. How about here?
Stop.
Okay. And is this a gimme here? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then moving on, so we got a dotted half. How many beats is a dotted half in a 4/4?
3.
That's correct. And so I guess I need to, you think this is the right spot?
Yes.
Okay, how about here? Where's the next, how many notes do I need to move over for this next one?
2.
2, because it's 2 half notes. And then right here. Okay, so that's that. Number 3, I gave you kind of some hints on number 3. So number 3, what would be the appropriate time signature for number 3? This one here.
6, 8.
Yes. Yeah. 6/8. Okay, so we did the first measure. How many notes should I move over before put the bar line in?
4 notes over.
Correct. 4 notes. Okay, how about this next one?
6.
Correct. How about this one here
Is that the end?
at the end? Excellent. Okay, and I kind of gave you a little clue on this one, so where do you think this should be?
That's all the fancy stuff.
6 notes over.
6 notes over, correct. And now we've got this one. How many notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Oh, okay, you don't want me to go to 6, okay. How about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Right here. Okay, and then this would be our double line if we were putting a double line in. Okay, number 4. Go into number 4. I gave you some clues on this one. What should number 4 be?
Also 6, 8. No.
Mm-mm. This measure right here kills it for 6/8. That right there kills it for 6/8. So that right there lets you know it's not 6/8. What else could it potentially be? 3, 4. Yep. 3, 4. So you could also write it like this. That could be a pair, that could be a pair, and this could be a pair. Okay, so you could have 3 pairs there. Okay, that's another way it could be written. Okay, so it's 3, 4. So how many notes do I need to move over to put the next bar line in? 6, you got it. And then 3, right? And then? That's right. And then?
6.
Right?
And then
How many now? All right. So now let's go to number 5. Number 5. What should number 5 be?
3/4.
You got it. That's a 3/4. Okay? And what do you think? 2 notes over? Should I put a bar line here?
No.
No? Okay. Right there. Okay?
1, 2, 3.
How about a bar line here? Should I put a bar line there?
No.
No? What's wrong with that?
It's too far.
Too far. You were right. Okay? So let's see. It's 3/4. So I need to count 3 notes. 1, 2, 3. So I should put a bar line in the middle of that. No? Okay. Over 1. You're right. Okay. How many notes over in this next for this next measure?
4.
You're right. 4. And then at the end. Okay. Now over here, we've got how many? How many notes?
4.
4. How about here?
4.
4.
Yep. And then here, how many notes?
5.
Right? This one?
4.
4 and 3. Okay, there you go. That's our worksheet. And then I guess if we were really, this would be our double bar right there. Okay. Any questions about that? Anyone, any questions? Okay. I want to just do a quick spin through. Just make sure we've covered a few things. So don't really want to repeat everything. A lot of rhythm is just pure math, and it's the subdividing, right? So this is a whole note right here. Whole note, 2 half notes is equal to a whole note. 4 quarter notes is equal to a whole note or equal to 2 half notes, and so forth. And so then you got your 8ths, your 16ths, and your 32nds. Okay? So, not really a trick question. How many 32nd notes does it take to equal a whole note? How many 32nd notes, that's these little beasts right there, how many 32nd notes to equal 32? Yeah. It's pretty simple. How many 8th notes to equal a whole note? In this picture? 18, yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on.
That's really simple.
I have been forbidden.
What's that? Jose's giving the answers. Okay, some of the Italian markings. If we were wanting something to be slow, what 2 markings would be slow? Up here. Grave and largo. And lento. And adagio.
You said 2.
Yeah, 2 2s. 2 pairs. Yeah, there's several 2. Pick 2. Okay. Couple of things here. When you see a number over a note, a beamed series of notes like this right here, if it's a 3, that'll be a triple pattern, and it's played over 2 8th notes. And sometimes you'll see 2 over like a 6/8 passage. So I've seen some of those. Okay. Let me see. What else do I want to cover in here? Let me look at your quiz. Make sure I've covered everything that I wanted to cover. Oh, where's the dots? I want to go through some dot work. I want to make sure you got your dots. Where'd the dots go? Should be some dots in here. What page are the dots?
Right there.
There. Too far. Middle.
Okay, dots. Pretty important. When you see a dot, it gives you the half of the value of the note being dotted, right? So if I dot a half note, If I have a dotted half note, this guy right here, a dotted half note, that's equal to a half note plus a quarter note. Okay? Dotted quarter equal to a quarter note plus an eighth note. Okay, so it's half the value of the note before it. Now, if I do something that looks like this, let's see, I'm going to do this, and I do 2 dots, theoretically, how many beats should this half note, this double dotted half note get?
The first dot adds 1, right?
Yes.
And the second dot adds half, right?
Very good. That's right. So it's equal to this plus this plus this. So very good. Yes. Let's see, what else do we want to ask? Let's see the back side of this. Oh, I think there's another. If you see a dot that's underneath or above the note, does that mean the same thing as if the dot is after the note?
Staccato.
What'd you say?
Staccato.
Staccato, that's correct. So if you see something that looks like this, that is not the same as this. Okay? It is a staccato, and staccato can be either below or it can be above the note. Okay? So just keep that in mind. On time signatures, when you see a time signature, what does the upper number mean?
Which, no, yeah, no. How many beats are in the measure?
Yes,
Is it in there?
it's exit right there. Upper note identifies the number of beats found in a measure. Okay, pretty important. And the lower number indicates what?
What receives?
I should rub that out so you can't see it.
Totally.
So the lower number is how many, it indicates what again?
Which beat gets
The
no, which note gets the beat?
Correct, okay. I think that is good. Oh, you know, we talked about, I don't know if it's in here or something. We talked about a thing called an anacrusis. Anyone remember what that was?
Yes. People don't use that term anymore.
We know?
A lot of people don't use it anymore. No, they don't use it.
They use pickup note instead.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
right.
It's still common, but it's almost like if you want to sound smart, you use it.
Yeah. So here's an example of a pickup note. In fact, here's another example of a pickup note right here. So you can, oops, let me go a different color. This right here would be a pickup note for I love to tell the story.
And it comes out of the last measure, right?
That's right, that's right. I don't think I've got, yeah, so you can see, let's see, of longings as nothing else can do. Yeah, so you can see that right here, so we are in 4/4, and then on that refrain, or when we get to the end of that phrase, there's only 3 beats right here. So the pickup note and this would go together. And then, of course, in the refrain, you see where, actually we were doing, here's the end. It's only got 3 beats, it goes with that. Okay. Do you guys remember compound versus simple? Compound versus simple time signatures? I think that was back up here. Say yes. Okay? So, simple would be these. 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Compounds, your 6s, your 9s. Okay? All right. I think that's it. You're ready for your quiz. Okay, everyone all excited about a quiz? Oh, that's good stuff. This is where I find out how well this stuff's sinking in. Okay. All right. Here's your quiz. Let's take just a brief period of time for everyone to do this. Actually, take one and pass. Hopefully I'm not sending the key out.
I know how Ethan felt today when I gave him a pop quiz.
You should do fine. You guys will ace it. There you go. Here's your quiz.
Yeah, I sent it back. I was thinking it was the.
All right, any extras?
Yes.
All right. Hopefully you won't need a calculator. Who needs a calculator?
Oh, I do have a question of clarification for numbers 1 and 2.
Okay.
What is your time signature?
The time signature. Oh, that's a good
Configuration
question.
can change depending on time
Let's say, yeah, that's a good question. Let's say it's quarter note gets the beat.
Okay.
Quarter note gets the beat. Ooh, better move that way. Easy stuff, right? So if you're on the live stream, these are the first 4 questions. on the quiz. These are the next 5 and 6. And then there's another page, 7 through 10. And then 11 through 13. You can do that.
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, but I couldn't get the boxes to line up quite right. Do you have my answer key ready? I'm not gonna say.
Let me feel what it's
You're all done? Oh. Just a few minutes. Oh. This and that, it's
Yeah,
almost like
it's-
math.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I see, you did it the way you would count it.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I was asking, because if you could,
Yeah, I was trying to indicate it that way, but maybe that wasn't
Well,
clear.
you know what, it makes sense now, actually, because that's what I used to do.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Not your
See what you got. That's okay. That's not a problem. Yeah, you got at least. Yeah, you definitely got at least one right. Okay, cool. We're going to grade it in just a minute. When everyone's done, I'm going to give people plenty of time. Pastor, how's yours? Pastor, right?
Did you have one on your phone? Goodness. Here, I got a TA83 if you need that.
But you got it. You did pretty good. Yeah. That's fantastic. I have the actual one. Just not good.
I never got one of those.
Are we giving these to you or? are we
Yeah, I want you to put your names on. We're going to grade as a group so that you can ask questions, but I would like for you to kind of keep your grading a little separate because I want to know who knows what. So, yeah, that's part of the quiz. So I know where I need to maybe spend a little extra time to see what you got. Oh, you weren't? Well, you know what? She's got a lot of right answers. She's got a lot of right answers.
There we go.
Groupings and stuff like that.
You think it's crazy?
Okay. Okay. I can see where I said something that might have confused people already because I see a pattern.
So if we all feel it, who we goes, yeah, we don't get that one counted.
Let me see. Are you done?
Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah. All right, okay. Let's see if you get the same.
These are the last ones.
What's this? What's that?
Oh, I wasn't sure which one it was for because.
And people who like want.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in front, so this would go with
I was
this.
just trying to find it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. All right.
That one person.
Jordan, you're done?
Yeah.
Let me see what you got. See what you got.
I had to pull out a calculator and do some.
We're all having classes in college and grades.
You get the right answer.
Because otherwise it wasn't adding up to the answer that was on the page. No.
Just pick one. I know one. More chance of getting it right.
That's the right answer. Okay.
What's that mean?
We'll find out.
My history, my music history professor, he would say, interesting.
Interesting.
Always interesting. He would say, interesting.
Is
You
it
knew
not?
that was not a good thing. He would always say, interesting. Interesting.
Try nothing interesting to me.
He's also my composition professor. He used to share our compositions.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice. I'm interested.
Yeah, she went to make sure. That's what it's saying. She had a couple of things and she's like, I'm not kind.
Did you want to start now?
How you doing?
I was like, why would you ask about making that kind?
It might have been a little harder because of how long it's been since our actual, when we covered the material. So it could be just a little bit harder on people. Because it's been almost, what, a month? About a month since we had a class.
It was before, whatever holiday that was. The last class we had was the first Monday in October.
First Monday in October.
Oh, we had some.
Oh, that's right, because we skipped for the conference, that's right. And then
we all
everyone
went down.
enjoyed
We all
getting
went down.
Harmonic.
At least it's not bad still. What is it, like,
Okay.
herd immunity?
Don't change the answer now.
Yes, I can.
He can, because we haven't talked about it yet.
No, geez.
I'm double checking on that.
You're just looking to see what he's changing it to so you can scroll everywhere. I didn't look one time at his paper, because I know that.
It was one of those, like, which one is the better answer type of thing.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, I will say, I was looking over the material for Harmony, and I was like, uh-oh, you got a mistake in the material. But I fixed it
Oh,
before I printed it and sent it out.
are Neapolitans not an inversion, first inversion? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right, yeah. First one. Who wants to take a guess at what is the correct answer on number 1? Who's brave enough? Becca, I think you got it. It is number 3. So 3 is correct. So 3 is the correct answer. All right, number 2. What is the duration in quarter notes for number 2? 3 3/4? That is correct. 3.75. Okay? Number 3, what is the duration in quarter notes of the following combination of notes and rests? I know several of you got this right because I saw this on your sheets. Number 3, what is the correct answer?
6.
That is correct. 6. All right. Number 4, which of the following do not have equal total durations? And hopefully you understood that we're comparing this to that. Okay, in each case, this to that. Okay? Anyone want to take a guess which one is not the same? Boy, y'all are quiet today.
Do you want me to answer or not?
No, I'd prefer you not. There's always, how do I describe it? There's always someone that always knows the right answers.
Same in my class. I just let them answer. Like, if they want to answer.
Yeah. Okay, anyone want to guess besides Jose?
I think it is C.
You are correct. It is C. That's the only one. That's not equivalent.
Somebody's gonna have to explain D to me then.
D? Okay, no, let's take a look at that. Okay, so we're talking about equivalent, all right? So we're looking at this. Think of this as, here is, let's call this, this is a whole note. So let's say that that's 6. Now, remember, if you put a 3, what does the 3 mean? Means it takes the quantity of 2. So you could think of this as the quantity of 2, and then here is the rest. And actually, I shouldn't call that 6. 6 is misleading. So this is a whole note with an extra half. So this is equal to a whole note, and this is equal to the half. So that it's like this is the half, and this is the whole note.
Like, because it's like a triplet.
Yeah.
So this is like 2 quarters.
Does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense, but
It made more sense to me when it was 6.
yeah.
Okay. We could
Because if it's
So
6,
it always
then
goes down. It's
the,
always less instead of.
we can do it that way. We can say this is this. We could say this is 6. This is 4, and this is 2. We could say it that way.
that's how I thought.
So that's why D would not be correct. The actual duration. And it's all because of this little triplet indicator that you see right here.
I get it now.
Got it?
Got it.
Okay, cool. Number 5. How many times would a guitarist pluck the string or a pianist press the key? Mercy, you should know this one. How many? Say it. Say it a little louder so everyone can hear it.
She said 5.
I know she did, but she didn't say it very loud. Come on, Mercy, you knew this one. You got it right. It is 5. Number 6. What would be the best meter for the following measure or time signature? What would be the best one for this? Takers?
You're gonna just have to tell us. I said 6, 8.
6/8. What gives it away is this. When you see something like this,
Oh, it is 6, 8.
when you see something like that, that's kind of that tells you it's going to have to be one of the compound meters right there. And there are no other compounds. So it is 6/8. Number 6 is 6/8.
But it's still.
It's what? Sorry?
It's like a triplet.
It is a triplet without the fruit.
Yeah.
One side's compound.
Okay, number 7. In the following, if the following were put into common time, how many measures would there be? Okay, so first off, what is common time?
4.
That is correct. So we're looking at something that should be 4/4. So how many measures would we have in here? Anyone take a guess?
4.
Yes, 4 is correct. I think it's right there. There you go, 4 measures. Okay, 8. Which of the following is true for time signatures? Anyone want to care to guess? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 3 is correct. The upper number identifies the number of beats found in each measure. The lower number indicates which of the possible note values that receive 1 beat. Okay, what note will receive the beat for the following time signature. So we're looking at 2/4. So which note would receive the beat? You got it. It's the quarter. Okay. Mark the time signature below indicating compound meter. Compound is always going to be going to be like this, and it's going to be this. And I noticed several of you did just the opposite of that, so I'm hoping you understand. The compound meter is the one that is, it's got the triple feel, and it can sometimes be done, like a 6/8 can be done in 2, 1, 2, or it could be 6. Yes?
I always tell my students that compound meter, the top number is always a multiple of 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Yep. Except for 3/4.
Yeah. So basically 6, 9, 12.
Yeah. Okay. Number 11. Which is the best description of the metrical structure of the following short phrase? Is it a simple triple? Is it a waltz? Is it a simple triple with anacrusis or pickup note? Or is it a compound triple?
I circled the anacrusis because just anacrusis? No, like simple triple with anacrusis because
It's simple because it's 3/4, but it's got these pickup notes right here, which are also known as an anacrusis.
So something that I did is I just circled simple triple because I changed it when I saw that the intention of those two notes, 2/16, was to be an anacrusis, because technically the 3/4 should be at the very beginning, like all the way at the beginning, not just at the beginning of the whole measure. So that's why I said simple triple at first, and I just figured that whatever was before that was whatever time signature you wanted it to be. But I think that's when I changed it, Pastor, because because I understood then what the intention was behind it.
Yes. Yeah. Simple triple with anacrusis. Okay. Which of the following tempo markings indicate the tempo is slow? Yeah. Adagio. Any more? Lento. You betcha. All right. Last question. This will separate the musicologists from the non-musicologists. Which of the following is true? Staccato dots and rhythmic prolongation dots can be differentiated by
the third thing. That's
the third one? That is correct. All right. Cool. Put your names on your papers, and if you would, hand those in. I would appreciate it. I want to see where people are at.
Because he's the honcho. He's a jefe.
Put your name on the paper.
I'm not sure how that happened.
Any questions that I can answer related to rhythm that you have?
I think you mentioned it maybe once in the lesson, but I know that it's been very rare. I can only think of one occasion in church music. It was in particularly in one of the cantatas where you actually have composite time. You had a 5/8 or 5/4 or something like that in one of the cantatas.
Yeah. I can't remember which one.
We did it once, I remember, because I obsess over those, but
I'll take your paper.
no,
So we did talk about 5/4 in the class. 5/4 is usually either a 2 and a 3 or a 3 and a 2. So 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 or 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 is usually the way it's done. Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you. These are great. All right, we're going to start on harmony. This is exciting stuff to me. I think harmony is some of the funnest stuff you can get into. So, take one. Would you take one back to your brother, please? He needs one. Harmony is, it's almost like you've got your melody, which carries the message, but the harmony augments the message. Uh-oh, I missed that one. Must have been good, because Jose's laughing pretty hard.
I said, oh, a triad, a three-note chord is not easily broken.
Oh, that is good. Very good. Three-note chord is not easily broken. Boy, I bet there's something we can build off of that. Okay. The very basic building block of harmony is really this thing called a triad that you see up here. All right? There are 4 different types of triads. Okay? There's the major triad, minor, diminished, and augmented. Now, there's a formula that you need to kind of somewhat memorize to be able to get this. So you can see a major triad. Oops, stop. A major triad, you can see that here. It's 1 major third and 1 minor third. And that's what you'll see here. If you were to look at the white keys on the piano, so what's the key signature, or what is the key signature here? And that would be the white notes on the piano. So if you look at the white notes and you count all the notes in between, you'll find out that you've got a major third and a minor third makes up a major chord. Now, if you flat the middle note, so now we're playing the black key, 1/2 step below, then we get a minor. So a minor third and a major third. So the major third is right here. The minor third is here. You get a minor. Now we can do even more than that. We can flat this note here, the top note of the triad, or the in this case the G. We can turn that into a G flat. So it'd be 2 minor thirds. So there's a minor third here and a minor third there. 2 minor thirds, and that becomes a diminished. And then the other thing that you can do to a triad is you can take a major triad and you can sharp the last note. And when you sharp the last note, you get an augmented, and that's 2 major triads. Or 2 major thirds, 2 major thirds. Now, here's the good part. Listen to how this sounds at the piano. So let me sit down at the piano. So here is a major third. It's a major third. Major third. Major third. Major third. So those are all major thirds, okay? Now, let's throw it into minor. Okay, so here's a minor third. Hear the difference? That's major. We're going to flat the third of the triad. Minor. Okay? Now, major, minor. If we diminish it, it sounds like this. A little darker sounding. There's a minor. Diminished triad. Here's the major. Hear how that harmony is? Just kind of major, minor, darken it a little more, diminished. Okay, and then let's go back to major, augmented. Kind of feels like it's pulling building somewhere. So an augmented triad feels like it's taken us somewhere. Now, this is what is this? Anyone know what that is? What of the 4 triads, what is this? Major. Shout it out. Minor, yeah. Diminished and augmented, yeah. Let me try something else. What's that? Major? Let me try something else. There's the major. Minor, yeah, minor. Okay, let me do a different one here. Major, yeah. Do a different one. Major. Starting to separate. Okay, let me do something else here. Major. Yep. Minor. Diminished. Augmented. Yep. And you can just run all over the piano. There's your major. Feel it kind of separating. Whoops. Major. You can feel it kind of separating. It's getting broader. What is that? Major. Augmented, yeah. So those are your 4 building blocks. And it's kind of good to sit down at a piano or a guitar or any type of an instrument where you can play multiple notes and just kind of hear those and learn those sounds because you can feel them. A little later we're going to go through a piece of music that Andrea played and I was like, oh, that's beautiful. I got to use that for an example. And because it just is a great example of the point we're going to be making with the key and the chords. Okay, now, in a triad, so this right here is really complicated, but there's a lot of things here that I want you to catch. So, this is in a C major scale, so you build your triads, right? Your triads are going to be your triads as they go along. Actually, you can't see me pointing, but as they go. So they begin, there's a scale degree that they begin on. So C, in the key of C, C is your first scale degree. So 1, and each one of these, D is a 2, E is a 3, so forth. And then when you get to the octave, it's either 8 or 1. But so you've got your scale degrees. They have names. A 1 is a tonic. A 2 is a supertonic, a 3 is a median, 4 subdominant, 5 dominant, 6 submedian, 7 is a leading tone, and then 8 or 1 is a tonic. Now, these triads have numbers, and these numbers are really important because that's where you can start playing an instrument where it becomes more like you just need to know the technique on that instrument because you already know the music structure behind it. So a triad number, C major chord would be a 1. So 1. The 2 chord, the 2 triad is going to be a minor second. So that minor second is indicated with 2 little lowercase i's. Okay? So Roman numeral 1 indicates a major 1 chord. So 1 chord, minor second chord, oh, you can't see me pointing. This is a minor, oops. This is a minor second chord. If you play E, G, and B, all white in the key of C, it will sound like a minor third, because the third is going to be a minor third. A fourth, remember when we were doing our intervals, an interval of a fourth is perfect, but it ends up being a major triad. Okay? The fifth, Roman numeral 5 for the fifth, is a major triad. When you play a sixth triad is always, well, I shouldn't say always. If you're just in the major scale with no accidentals, it's going to be a minor 6. And then here, the seventh is a diminished triad, and you indicate that with this little circle that you see right there. So a diminished is indicated with a circle. Okay?
I have a question.
You bet.
With every major scale, you're going to use that chart, and the only things that will change is like the notes, right? Everything else is the same.
The only thing it's going to change is this right here.
But then like the 1 will always be major, 2 will always be minor, and then the same thing for the minor thing right here, right? Everything stays the same except for...
You mean like an A minor?
Like in the minor scale, this chart down here.
Yeah, it's the naming scheme of the scale degree, the degree name, the triad number, and the triad type is always going to be the same regardless of which key you're in. Yes, sir.
There is, I'm not sure where you got this, but the leading tone is always said to be a half step or a minor second from the tonic. And so if in minor, if it is a half
minor
step from, like in melodic minor or in harmonic minor, if that's when you have your raised seventh, which would then be a leading tone. But if it's not, it's a major second. It's a whole step in the natural minor, and so we actually don't call that a leading tone at all. And so, because it's a functionality, so if it's a leading tone because it's a half step away from the tonic, and so we call it a leading tone for that purpose. However, when it is not a minor second, a half step away from the tonic, then it doesn't have that name. And so it's still the 7th scale degree, but
So you're saying that this shouldn't this right here shouldn't be that.
Right. Well, yes, that should,
Okay.
because it would be a half step. But in the natural minor, it's traditionally not called a leading tone. It's traditionally called a subtonic.
Oh, you're talking about this one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because it's not a half step away. And so
Yeah, you know what? That's called a typo. Because I did know it's a subtonic.
Sure.
That's a typo. Yeah, good catch.
Would
And
you
I missed that.
also explain to me what makes it a melodic minor?
Okay, we'll go back to that in just a second. I want to make sure we'll go to that in just a second. But I want to make sure that you guys understand. We can even here, like if we were looking at this D major, that all of this that you see here and this, these two items would all apply to this D major. The spelling of the triads is different, so the notes are different.
So that's the only difference.
But the key, all of these other ways of identifying it are the same. So this right here is Roman numeral 1. This right here is the 4 chord, and this right here is the 5 chord. Okay? And 1, 4, 5 is really important. So you want to really get a good grasp on that, because 1, 4, 5 is really important. All right? So I could go back to the piano, and we could do, you could hear it with your ears. So here is the one chord. So that's major triad. Here's a 2 chord. Here the minor. There's the 3 chord. Here the minor. 4 chord, major. 5 chord, major. 6 chord, minor. Hear the dissonance there. 7 chord, that is a diminished triad. Now major, because we're to a 1 chord. Okay? Pretty neat stuff. Very neat stuff. This right here is going to be your 2, 3, and so forth, right? So it just follows the same thing. Okay, natural minor. So all your natural minors, so I put this in A minor, so it's all the white keys. And remember, we start on the A in the for the minor in the key signature of C. So this is A minor actually. So you can see how these lay out. So the first one is always going to be a minor 1. And remember, minor is indicated by a lowercase I. Okay? So the 1 is, that's a minor 1. The second, the triad on the supertonic, is going to be a diminished 2. Diminished 2. And what makes it diminished, or what shows it as diminished, is the little circle. The 3 chord in A minor is major, so we use Roman numeral all caps. Okay, 4 chord is going to be minor. 5 chord is going to be minor. 6 chord is going to be a major. 7th is a major, the subtonic, and then back to a minor. Okay? Sounds like this. A minor. You can feel the tension there. There's your 3 major. Sure. There's your 4 chord. 5 chord, minor. 6 chord, major. 7 chord, major. Back to the minor 1. Kind of cool. Melodic minor. Melodic minor's got the accidentals. So you asked the question about what makes minor, so that is natural minor. Whoops, let me get there. Well, I can't get there. Hang on, I'll get there. I always thought of it as it's the guy that's playing the flute and he's getting the snake out of the jar on the cartoons. That's the way I always pictured it.
What makes it melodic is just the half steps are in a different spot, right?
You raise the 7th
And the 6th.
and the 6th. Raise the 7th and 6th. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and it follows the same suit. Now, what's interesting on this, because of the raised tone, the 3 chord is actually augmented, and we indicate augmentation with a plus sign. Okay, so if you see the little plus sign, that indicates augmentation. Where the circle here on the 6th and the circle on the 7th indicate diminished. Okay? Any questions? Because this is really important stuff, because we're going to keep building on these structures of 1, 2, 3, 4, and the concept of the 4 different ways your triads can go: major, minor, diminished, and augmented. Everything builds off of that.
What about the harmonic minor?
Harmonic?
Yeah.
It's just another minor.
Is it just the same as melodic for this purpose?
I am drawing a blank on that one. Yeah. It's harmonic. Yeah. I think so. Jose, is it? Give me a hand here on this.
Okay. So you actually, whenever you were playing the minor for us, you were actually playing harmonic minor.
Yeah.
And harmonic minor is it's like melodic minor, where all you do is you just raise the 7th scale degree to make it a leading tone, the same one as it is going down. Chord structures are going to be a little bit different because because with melodic minor, you're raising both 6th and 7th scale degrees. So in this case right here, because it's A minor, you have F sharp and G sharp, and those are going to affect the triads that have F sharp and G sharp. That's why you're going to get crazy things like augmented 3 chords and diminished 6 chords and things like that. They usually dictate that type of stuff, but even though you don't use them, they are possible.
It is possible.
And you were asking, like, well, what about when, isn't it different going down? The answer is yes, which means that all the harmonies that you get from natural minor would also be legitimate.
On the way down.
On the way,
Yeah. Okay. Some concepts about triads is you can invert them. Okay, so there's this concept called inversion. And when the bottom of the triad or the root of the triad or the bottom of the triad in the key signature, so this is key of C, so the C is the lowest note, so this is in root position for a C, E, G chord. So here we've got a C, E, G chord again, but this time we've got an E in the bottom, so that makes it a first inversion. And then when the G is in the bottom, it's a second inversion. And you might want to do that to add different sounds to the music, rather than play everything as just 3 notes all together. And I'll give you a little example of that in a sec here. So here is the key of B flat. So the B flat is the low note, so that's root position. So now in this one, we've gone up. We're in the first inversion. So we've got a D. There's a D. And then when we do the second inversion, it's an F. So B, D, F is the chords. B, D, F, and a B flat for a 1 chord. So let me show you how that sounds on the piano quick. So this is root position, C. This is first inversion. And this would be second inversion. There's an F major, first inversion. I'm sorry, F major, root. That was F major, root position. First inversion, second inversion. That's a G chord, root, first, second, first, root. So you can see how it just kind of changes the sound a little bit. And you'll do that sometimes so that voices aren't moving. If you're writing parts, you want to not make the people that you're writing the parts for have to jump around a lot, so you might invert the chords. A lot of different uses for that. Okay, now when you look at music, well, let me see, do I have time to really start this? I don't think I have time. Okay, I've got only 5 minutes. Let me do this. Let's just go through. What questions do you have that you'd like to ask? Yes.
About the triad inversion.
Uh-huh.
Okay, does it not, it only matters what the bottom note is, on which position it is? None of the
That
other
is
notes matter?
correct. It's only the bottom note that matters.
So even if the other notes from a major, like okay, I think I'm confused, because you said this key of C, because obviously the thing, but it doesn't have to be a major.
It could be any.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, so it's, if you think of it as triads.
Major triad for
Right,
instrumental.
so,
Oh,
Inversion is?
I think I know what she's trying to say. So, like, when you have the triads like that, when you make inversions, you see that there's specific places where the notes go. But then when you have it in a choral format, that's kind of different, because in a choral format, the only thing that matters is what the bass note is, and that's what determines what inversion you're in.
So it doesn't
But if it's
matter.
that triad right there, those triads right there, when you flip them, you know, when it's like that right there, it will matter. But really, what only matters is the lowest note.
yeah, it's only what's in the bass.
So if it's like that, the C would just have to.
If C is the lowest note right there, and you see that they're stacked in thirds, it's in the
But then if it's
position.
the first inversion, the E would be first, but then the C would be up
Exactly.
an octave?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so in this triad inversion thing that he asked, it doesn't necessarily matter that.
In the triad inversion?
When
Like
you
in
were in
the
the
second
choral
example.
format, when you were
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
those examples.
So like in the first inversion, whatever it is, first inversion, it doesn't matter where the other notes are placed.
Correct.
It only matters.
With the bass.
Only thing that counts in determining the type of triad inversion is just this bottom note
Okay,
in the scale.
thank you.
We've actually got some examples that we'll look at in a little bit, but yeah, that's the only thing that counts is the bottom note. Anyone, anything else? Other questions? You guys are real quiet. You weren't this quiet a month ago. All right. We'll start with non-harmonics next time. We'll start there next time. Any questions? Some of you are smiling, said, don't call on me. All right, very good. All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed tonight. And
No homework?
what you could do,
You have to ask.
no, but it's good to start practicing it. Now, if you look at near the, if you look at, oh boy, where's it at? Somewhere down here near the bottom, there is a website right here, page 11. There is a website. It's musictheory.net again that I've had you go to. there are exercises that you can do on chord identification, chord construction, and look at this, chord ear training.
Love it.
Good
Like
stuff.
major, minor, diminished.
Yes, very good stuff. I would recommend you start listening. Go to that website and just do a little bit of, when you get 30 minutes or you get 15 minutes, go out there and hit that website, do some of those items, and see if you can't get proficient at the ear training or the chord construction or identifying the chords. Great question. Thank you, Pastor. I know everyone else was thinking it. They just didn't want to say it. Ask it. Anyone, anything else? Going once, twice, class dismissed.